So, when it comes to cycling, there's literally a million and one bike upgrades you guys can make. From your group set to your wheels to your tyres, all the way to oversized jockey wheels. But this comes at a cost. So what I thought I'd do is break down my top 5 upgrades that I've made and that I think are really good, that come at a fraction of the price. Product number 1, and that is the grippy saddle. Now there's 2 options with this. You can either get a saddle that has this sort of built-in grippy patch on it, or you can get sort of patches that you can stick on your saddle that's going to sort of create some traction. And I love this sort of product. I think it's great for cycling. Now for me, this is such a cool little cycle upgrade, because from that added traction, it's going to really offer you some support and stop you from slipping and sliding all over the place, especially like we're in the UK, so it's super cold, wet, windy, and that's just a recipe for disaster for movement on the saddle. For me, there's 2 main benefits you will reap from having this sort of added level of traction. And number 1 is less chafing. Because you're not moving, there's less friction, so you're not going to chafe as much. And number 2, which for me is the most important one, is because there's a lack of movement, you can really hold your position nicely and effectively. This works especially well if you're a time trialist, because you can sort of lock in into your position, your arse isn't moving all over the place, and it just allows you to be dialed in. Now onto product number 2, and we're sticking with that idea of traction, and we're going straight into some anti-slip socks. Now I think these are really cool. Basically a normal pair of socks with sticky dots on the bottom of them, so when your foot's in your shoe it's not moving all over the place. I think this is a really cool product to have, especially in the UK where it is wet, and when you do have weather like this, your foot tends to move around more than usual, and then it's just an absolute breeding ground for sort of blisters and sort of friction between your feet and your toes and sort of the outside of your shoe. So what this will do, it'll sort of lock your foot in place. Look, a well-fitted pair of shoes is really important, and a nice pair of socks that's got traction is not going to solve problems from a really poorly fitting sort of shoe that you're wearing. And while we're still on the topic of grip and traction, I thought I'd move straight on to number 3, which is just using skateboard grip tape on your handlebars. Now your handlebars are slippy, again, especially in the UK where it's rainy, wet, cold, windy, you're going over potholes the whole time, it's displacing you, your bike's going up and down, it's jumping all over the place. You want grip, you want traction. You're seeing a lot of pro riders' bikes, they use this grip tape. It works, it's effective. Look, it's not nice and soft and padded, but it's certainly going to stop your hands from slipping backwards and forwards, and from my point of view, it makes me feel safe and comfortable on my bike, going at faster speeds, and it just gives me that sort of support that I don't feel I get with just usual bar tape, especially if you're a triathlete as well, and you're coming out of the water and you're wet and you're all slippery. Having something like this on the bike, awesome, top notch. Now, onto product number 4, and this is the multifunction bottle cage. This thing is so cool, it gets me excited talking about this, I don't even know why. It's just a real sort of like multi-purpose tool on your bike. You can whack it behind your saddle, out the way of the wind, it's not going to cost you any watts, it's not going to make you any more slower, but it just is efficient. It's quick and it's easy. Even if you've got storage integration within your bike, this is usually at the bottom of your down tube with this like little triangle storage compartment. It's hard to get into, it's a faff. This is quick, easy, efficient, and you can pretty much carry everything. I mean, look at this. I'm going to get my paper to read what it holds because I can't remember it. So you have the bottle cage itself, so you can store your sort of water bottle, which a bike cage is for. On top of that, you've got 2 gas canisters, a dispenser for the gas canister, a multi-function tool, a storage compartment which can store an inner tube or, you know, anything else you want to store in there, nutrition, whatever. And on top of that, a patch kit. I don't use patches personally, but if you're one of those people that likes to patch up your tyres if you get a puncture, there you go. And then to top it all off, some tyre levers. So you've pretty much got every essential key tool on that thing. It's compact, it's efficient, it's stored in a really nice, user-friendly way. It just kills like 20 birds with 1 stone. It's awesome. There's nothing worse than shoving loads of shit in your back pocket while you go on a ride and hoping that you're not going to sort of misplace anything or anything's going to fall out. It's all there. It's compact. Yeah, it gets the job done. As you can tell, I am pretty excited with this one. I love it. It's awesome. And finally, product number 5. And this isn't actually a product itself. This is actually tire rotation. And this is so important. If you're one of these people that just runs a set of tires all year round, regardless of what you're doing, whether you're racing, training, long ride, short ride, it's windy, it's snowy, whatever. You get what I'm saying. Basically, if you're that person that has a tyre in all environments, like, rethink what you're doing. There's so many different tyres out there. Use the tyre for the job. So, for example, in your winter sort of long ride stuff where you're not doing like race-specific training, you're not racing, whack on a sort of like a pair of gator skins. They're going to offer some good puncture resistance, they're going to be a pretty resilient tyre, so they're not going to wear out super quick, and you just about get your miles in on them, so it sort of gets the job done, ticks a box. But then when you're racing or you're doing some faster rides, or it's summer and it's super nice weather, move to a tyre that sort of has a lower rolling resistance, it's probably going to be a little bit more puncture resistant, but it's just so much faster. For example, the Continental GP 5000s, or the Pirelli I can't remember what the Pirelli ones are. I'll pop them on the screen so you can see. Anyway, but having different tyres you're going to use in different environments is something I'd really recommend. Like, you change your kit, you're not going to wear winter kit in the summer, so change your tyres as well. Honestly, you will see a massive benefit from this. And I've done loads of videos on the benefit that you can gain from having a nice pair of tyres. Just go and check it out if you're interested. But honestly, it's massive, and it's the best bang for your buck. Trust me on that one. Give it a crack. Now, if you enjoyed those 5 tips that I've gone over, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.